Hello, my name is Laura Nunn, and this presentation is over teaching communication online at a rural community college in Texas. First, let me tell you a little bit about South Texas College, the institution where I teach in South Texas. You can see from the map the lower 4 counties that constitute South Texas or the Rio Grande Valley. And you can see in the inset that it's right at the very bottom of Texas, abutted to Mexico. South Texas College was founded in 1993 by then Governor of Texas, Ann Richards. South Texas College has grown from 1,000 students in 1993 when it was begun to over 34,000 students in 2016. South Texas College serves a 2-county district with over 655,000 residents. On the map, those are Hidalgo and Starr counties. More than 96% of the citizen population in the Rio Grande Valley or in this district is Hispanic. South Texas College maintains 5 physical campuses and 1 virtual campus known as ESTC. More than 70% of the student population are the first generation in their families to attend college. More than 1,200 course sections are offered fully online, which means you have no face-to-face instructional delivery at all. Over 25,000 students are taking classes that are delivered fully online. Now, this is what we refer to as a duplicated count. Some of these students are taking more than 1 class. The college does not allow faculty to teach 100% online unless there is a special circumstance, such as a medical condition or an emergency family situation. So, as an online instructor, I can teach up to 60% of my courses online, but then 40% must be face-to-face. So, why choose South Texas College online? For students, the reasons are low-cost tuition, the number of online programs, and the fact that the students can get through the entire process without ever stepping foot on the campus, the physical campus. South Texas College Online offers some of the lowest tuition rates in the country. See for yourself and view our tuition and fees in the college catalog. 30 online programs. With more online programs added every year, rest assured we have the degree you need for that new career. View our available programs and find the one that best suits you. Never step foot on campus. With South Texas College Online, you don't have to worry about parking or fighting long lines. You can register, pay, and be advised all online with our virtual campus. Information about me, Laura Nunn. I was born and raised in the Rio Grande Valley of Texas, so the map that you saw earlier is where I was born and grew up. I attended the University of Texas Pan American, which is located 10 miles north of the town where I grew up, where I earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in English with a minor in theater. I continued my studies there at the University of Texas Pan American, where I earned a Master of Arts degree in communication. I began working at South Texas College in 1998 as an administrative assistant. 2 years later, in 2000, I became an instructor of office careers where I taught for 5 years. I later taught College Success, which is a study skills class, and then moved to the speech department in 2008, where I plan to teach until I retire. I currently teach 2 speech courses online: Introduction to Speech Communication and Interpersonal Communications. Next, I will discuss a little bit about the specific courses, the course learning outcomes, and some of my successes and challenges. Introduction to Speech Communication, which we label as Speech 1311. This course introduces basic human communication principles and theories embedded in a variety of contexts, including interpersonal, small group, and public speaking. The following learning outcomes apply to this course. The student should be able to apply the principles of human communication, including perception, verbal communication, nonverbal communication, listening, and audience analysis. The student should be able to demonstrate how to establish and maintain relationships through the use of interpersonal communication. The student should be able to apply small group communication skills, including problem solving, group roles, leadership styles, and cohesiveness. The student should be able to develop, research, organize, and deliver formal public speeches. And the student should be able to recognize how to communicate within diverse environments, also thought of as intercultural communication competence. Some of the successes that I have had teaching Speech 1311 online is I have developed learning modules for every chapter of the textbook that we use. That means 16 lessons, 15 chapters, and 1 appendix. Each of the learning modules provides narrated content pulled from the textbook. Many students at South Texas College struggle with language barriers due to the proximity of the Texas-Mexico border. Reading and writing skills are not strong in either English or Spanish. Some other successes that I have had is building expectations of responsiveness in my students with my email responses and explanations, and students' development and delivery of informative speeches using PowerPoint's narration feature, as I am doing here in this video. Some of the challenges that I have faced in delivering Speech 1311 online, the first one and most important is many students do not grasp the concept of working in groups in an online environment. I have struggled to develop clear instructions for activities and assignments, and to develop clear grading rubrics for major assignments. Working with high school students who do not have clearly developed personal experiences with college-level communication principles and theories can also be challenging. And finally, developing assessments that clearly identify students' knowledge acquisition while at the same time protecting the need for originality. Interpersonal communications is another course that I teach fully online, which is Speech 1318. This course provides an application of communication theory to interpersonal relationship development, maintenance, and termination in relationship contexts, including friendships, romantic partners, families, and relationships with coworkers and supervisors. The learning outcomes for this course are as follows. The student should be able to exhibit an understanding of interpersonal theories and principles. The student should be able to demonstrate an ability to analyze and critique verbal and nonverbal interactions in mediated and face-to-face contexts. The student should be able to identify perceptual processes as they relate to themselves and others. The students should be able to demonstrate a critical thinking ability by effectively researching, evaluating, and applying communication theories in oral and/or written assignments. The students should be able to demonstrate an understanding of the relevance of cross-cultural, co-cultural, gender, and age influences on human communication. Students should be able to demonstrate an ability to identify, evaluate, and apply conflict styles and conflict management techniques in dyads and/or groups. Students should be able to identify types of and barriers to listening. Some of the successes that I have had teaching Speech 1318 are as follows. First, as with 1311, I build an expectation of responsiveness in my students with my email responses and explanations. Some examples of those are, I finish statements or explanations with a comma and the word okay to provoke or prompt the student to respond and let me know if that was sufficient information to answer their question. I also include phrases like, let me know if I can be of any other help, or I hope this helps when I'm doing my closing to an email response. The other thing is that students in this course have an opportunity to work in pairs to experience problem-based learning. Specifically, they role play as owners of a consulting firm which has been contracted by a franchised food establishment in the Rio Grande Valley. The students, in their role as consultants, must evaluate the current employees and recommend laying off 2 of the employees in order for the company to remain in business. In addition to making a recommendation for which 2 employees should be laid off, the students must also recommend how to reassign the duties of those 2 employees among the remaining 3 employees. This exercise requires students to think innovatively and consider the steps in the conflict resolution portion of the course. In conclusion, I have been teaching online courses since 2009. However, I began web enhancing my face-to-face courses since about 2002, which means doing things like delivering syllabi in the online course area and using the built-in grade book. I became certified and eligible to teach online long before I had an opportunity to teach courses that are offered online. Once I was hired in the speech department, I then had the opportunity to put my skills to the test. I frequently share tips and tutorials with other faculty who may struggle with the tools and resources available in our learning management system, or LMS, which is Blackboard. I serve on the Faculty Advisory Committee for Distance Education, where I help identify and make recommendations for processes that can be improved. I will be adding another course to my online course delivery next year, specifically Business and Professional Speaking. And last of all, my contact information is shown here. Laura Nunn, Instructor, Communication Arts Department at South Texas College, 3201 West Pecan Boulevard, McAllen, Texas, 78501, and my phone number is area code 956-872-2567. I hope this presentation has been helpful to you, and that you will feel free to contact me should you have any questions. Thank you very much. Some of the technological challenges that I have to do with being in a low socioeconomic border region of South Texas. First of all, we are a commuter college. We do not have dormitories. Students don't go off to college at South Texas College. They remain at home for the most part. Many of our students take online courses because they are the last courses to be selected by students. So many students take them because the face-to-face courses are already full. Many of our students who belong to a low socioeconomic region on the border between Texas and Mexico cannot afford high-speed internet access. In some cases, cannot even afford a computer or a laptop. Therefore, many of our online students actually visit the campus to use the computing equipment there. While most of our students are literate in the use of social media and mobile technology, many of our students are not prepared to assume responsibility for the unreliable nature of mobile technology when completing timed or digitized assessment. An example of this is, for example, a student begins an exam on his or her mobile phone while traveling 250 miles north to San Antonio. Well, there are places in between that have no internet signal, data signal. Therefore, the student can be disconnected and then does not have an opportunity to finish the exam. I hope this is helpful to you.